Alright guys and gals, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be comparing the Note 9 versus the LG V40 ThinQ. Now you could compare, more evenly the S9 Plus because this Note 9 has a stylus, but both of these phones have 6.4-inch OLED displays. They are good displays, They are both running the Snapdragon 845 processor, and they both have 6 gigs of RAM. And so, the specs are, pretty similar. And I'll keep this brief. I'm not going to make a long video because if you're like me, you've seen a million videos comparing these two. But I think one of the reasons I wanted to make this video is because a lot of times when you see these phones side by side in comparisons, people make it seem like there's this huge chasm between them. And I think if you were to use these individually, you wouldn't see that. Now, off the bat, I will say the Samsung is the better phone. It has a better display. The display is probably about, just doing the eye test, about 20 to, let's slide that out of the way, 20 to 25% brighter. It's a little bit sharper. The cameras are better. And then also, this phone has stereo speakers, and it's a fingerprint magnet just like this one, but has stereo speakers. They both have multiple cameras and fingerprint sensors on the back, as you can see. The fingerprint sensors are fast, easy to use. Like I said, both displays are very good. None of these phones are laggy. One thing you want to consider when you're considering even Samsung versus LG is the fact that this phone is running Android 10. This is running Android 8 dot something. I can't remember. But LG does not support their phones, their update as quickly as I would like. So that's kind of a drawback. But I would say just in day-to-day use, you wouldn't notice that big of a difference even between the displays. Like I said, this one's a little sharper and brighter, but if I gave you these phones separately and you didn't have them side by side, you wouldn't even know. The same thing with the camera. The selfie cameras are about the same. The rear shooters, you probably notice the Samsung's a little better, but I think as far as what is the better phone depends upon your needs and your situation. So this phone is a much, 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 much better value than this phone. So I just got this phone. I paid about $400 for it. And then I got this phone on eBay for $150. And the guy that was selling it had like hundreds more. So this phone is not twice as good as this phone. And so this is a best value, just a better value overall. The camera is good. Fingerprint sensor is good. The display is good. I like things about the UI on this versus the UI on that and vice versa. So that's kind of like a personal preference. And to me, honestly, you can customize Android so much that it really won't make a difference. And if the stereo speakers are not really a deal breaker and you're not really a Samsung fanboy, I would go with this phone, honestly. But I just wanted to make a brief video. Like I said, I'm not going to get super specky in it. These are both great phones. If I had to go with a phone, I would go with this one, even though this one's a better phone. This phone is so cheap, the entry level, and you won't notice a real difference.